Good afternoon. You have now just tuned in to Lunchtime Talk with Chelsea and Jillian. It is 12 p.m. and we are in Marriott Hall ready to start the day with a new topic.
Well, hello guys. This is Jillian, not Chelsea. And today our topic is going to be houseplant care.
Houseplant care.
Would you like
Well,
to take us off?
sure. I'm going to go ahead and start. I had a cactus. It's the Echinopsis multiplex cactus,
Oh.
and I named him Charles. So a little bit about him. When I first got Charles, he was small but freshly watered. So that's what he had going for him. And then I put him in a western-facing window so he could get some sun. And then I turn him so he doesn't get sunburned.
Very nice. Good
What about yourself?
Well, I recently adopted a Madagascar dragon tree, which is a Dracaena marginata. Not sure if I pronounced that correctly, but you can call him Skipper.
Oh, that's so much easier.
So when I first got Skipper, he was pretty small.
Yeah.
Not too small though, because there's a mini tree. His leaves were green, freshly watered, very good condition. So, to keep that condition going, I just put him in my living room by an east-facing window. Get that sunlight.
There you go. Yeah, for Charles and the rest of cacti kind, they need lots of light, and west or south exposure is the best. They also need little water, and it's best to use tepid water. And from our friends at cactusinfo.net, a tip to make sure that you're not overwatering your cactus, Jill, is to make sure you put a wooden stick in the soil, and if soil sticks to it when you pull that stick out, you don't want to water that cactus. Another feature about cactus, the temperature, it's going to be warm from spring to fall, so that's all right, and cool in winter, about 50 to 55 degrees Fahrenheit, and with low humidity all around.
Oh, he seems like high maintenance.
You know what? I just can leave him there, go on vacation, come back, and he's still doing his cactus thing.
Very good. Keep it going, Charles. But Skip, it's kind of in between.
A little bit?
Don't really need to take care of him too much, but you still got to give him that water.
Yeah.
I know for the light, it needs low to high lights, but can tolerate almost any light level, so I just stuck him by a window, hoping for the best.
There you go.
But it cannot tolerate direct sun.
Mm-mm.
That will burn those leaves.
Ooh.
And with the water maybe once every 3 weeks. You just gotta give it enough water to go, let that soil dry completely, and then water it again. And with that temperature, it does need to be warm. He does not like the cold, so
Not a cold fan.
you want to knit him a sweater? Knit him a sweater.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody got time for that, though.
Oh, well, that's what Etsy's for. But why don't we go ahead and talk about the problems associated with our two houseplants? I'll start with cactus. Problems for cacti include rotting at the base and then stem collapse. Now, this is caused when you overwater a cactus, especially in winter. So, again, use that tip from cactusinfo.net.
Very nice. That's all the problems he has?
Well, I didn't want to say it, but I guess I can go ahead and talk about the pests. There's a whole slew of insects that can affect the cactus, and they're not limited to scale, spider mites, and mealybugs. I'm going to focus here on spider mites. They'll take advantage of your cactus, especially if the conditions are too hot and dry, and these spider mite populations will literally explode overnight if they're not kept in check, Jill. Now, this pest will cause cacti to become yellowish and deform the shape, so be sure to syringe the cactus with a mild soap solution weekly to get rid of these pests.
Good thing you brought up spider mites, because Skipper, prone. Spider mites, those are one things you do not want to mess with. You see those growing, you syringe that. There's infestation. I'm sorry, Skip, but you're going to have to go.
Have to go.
But aside from those insects that affect our plants, the only really problems that Madagascar dragon trees have are they are very sensitive to the type of water.
Oh, really?
Yep, they are very susceptible,
as we all are,
to fluoride toxicity.
Oh, harsh.
So you need that filtered water for that plant.
Skip sounds really high maintenance now.
Yeah. You know what? I don't have the time for that, so I was giving him regular water.
Okay.
No problem there.
No problem?
No problem.
All right.
So yeah, carrying on to that actual care I gave him, I left him near that east-facing window. I did rotate him once
All right.
because he started to bend towards that light, and I didn't want him to be lopsided because nobody wants their kid to be lopsided.
Got that plant lean going on.
Exactly. And to be honest, I did tend to forget to water him every once in a while. But when I would remember, I'd check, I'd poke that soil, see if it was dry. If it was bone dry, get a full cup of water.
Full cup.
Yeah. If it was still moist, I let him go a little longer.
You
The
go.
longest I went was 3 weeks, though.
Okay, not bad.
yeah.
Not bad. Yeah, with Charles, he has a western view of campus and he can look forward to waterings once a month and is doing quite well with no problems as of yet. Although his growth is slow, he is sure to bloom in about 3 to 4 years with some flowers. And Charles is doing so well because of his extended family of the aloxander, the aloe plant, and carrot top, the moon cactus we have in our residence. We're very pro cactus in our apartment, Jill.
Very nice. See, Charles had no problem. Skip, on the other hand,
Doesn't play well.
he went through a rough patch. His leaves, they started to get damaged a little. Some of them started to turn yellow, brown, fall off. But I'd pull them off, get rid of the burnt parts of him so we could start fresh. And I actually thought that he was growing spider mites.
Oh no.
There was what looked like the formation of a web
Okay.
on that plant. Scared me.
Telltale
Found out?
sign
Yeah.
right there.
Found out it was just a piece of hair.
Oh.
Living with 3 female roommates,
Mhm.
they scare you into thinking your plant has spider mites.
Oh, that is a horror, Jill.
But
A
you know
true
what?
horror.
Pulled that hair out, checked the plant. No other signs, so you know what? He's doing pretty well. He's in very good condition now. A few leaves did die, but once I saw that happen, I started to pay more attention to him. And I think he's, living because even though I don't take too much care of him, I don't neglect him.
No?
I do not just shove him in the corner and let him do what he does. No, I am there when he needs me.
All right. Well, this concludes lunchtime talk with Chelsea and Jill. We will be back some other lunchtime. And here's a quick word from our sponsor, Sandwich Yum Yum.